Hello, it's Jay here again and welcome to another video. So I apologise for the delay between lessons, and just to keep you updated, if you haven't seen the video, I've suffering with my back. I still am. I'm not back to normal, or as normal as I'll ever know it, given the fact that I have permanent spinal injury. But I didn't want to leave you waiting for another lesson too long, so in this video we're just going to do some simple setup. Just so we can, it's things we need to do anyway, so we might as well get it done now. And we'll begin by we'll come to game object, 3D object, and I want to use a quad. And I'll just reset the transform. I'll rotate it by 90 on the X, and I'll set the scale to 10 on the X. And so let me just have a look here where we need to be. So the Y wants to be 0.5. Let's have a look. We'll set the X to 0.5 and Z, let's try -5. So with that quad in place, I'm just going to drag one of these 3 textures I've created. I will make these available on Patreon, but they are just simple textures, so you can create them yourself. And these don't need to be fancy, these textures, because they're only there for our reference only. So we're going to write a little script to actually deactivate these on startup. But these are for our reference, so we have a reference position for each cube within this large cube, which is our player area. So once we've done that, let's create another 3D object of type quad again. So let's just reset the position again. Rotation is going to be 90 and scale is going to be 10. And I'll also rotate by 90 on the Y axis. So let's have a look here. We'll set Z to 0.5. Y wants to be -0.5. And X is going to be -5. And then we're going to drag the numbers on. So you can see how this is going to work like a normal graph. So A10 would be this cube here, A9 would be this one, and A8, A7, and of course all the way down to 1. So I'm about to actually edit these this sort of slightly to the left. But I will tinker with these, and as I say, once I'm happy with them, I'll make them available on Patreon. But with that said, we need one more for the height. So we have the width and the depth, we need the height, and we'll do this again by creating a quad, and we'll just do what we've done before. So in this instant, we don't need to check rotate by 90, but we'll bring it to the front here. So let's set the X position to -5. And we'll set the Z to -4.5. So let's have a look. We'll set the scale to 10. We'll need to rotate that on the Z axis. And then we'll just set the Y position. And we'll make that 4.5. So we've got the problem of we've used letters and we've used numbers already. So what we're going to use for the height. What I've decided to do, I've decided to use Roman numerals. So of course now you can see how this is going to work. So A10 would be the bottom one here if it's 1. A10V would be here, this first block here. And this is just going to help us out as we implement scoring. We want to be able to reference each position that is both empty and filled within this space. So with that said, let's come to the scripts folder. We'll create a new C# script. And we'll just call this deactivate. And in fact, before we do anything, if I hit play. So as you can see, they are showing in the game at the moment. Let's open up this new script. And we'll create of type public game object, and we'll make this an array. So open and close the square brackets. And we need to give this a name, so underscore. Let's just use numbers and letterings. We'll close that off, and in fact I'll not use the void start. Really I should use the void awake here, so let's do that. And we'll say underscore number and lettering is going to equal game object dot, and we want to find game objects with tags. So we need the plural of objects. So we need the S here. We'll open and close brackets, close line off. Inside the brackets we'll put the quote marks. And we'll just use N and L's. In fact, rather than using numbers and letterings, let's use reference. Yeah, that will do. So let's use the reference as a tag. So let's copy that naming convention. We'll come to one of the quads. let's just rename this, so we'll use letters, numbers, and Roman numerals. And we'll come to add tag. I'll paste that naming convention in of reference, and then I'll just assign that tag to all of these reference quads. So let's come back to the script. So we have our array to store them all. We're finding all the objects with the tag that we've given them. And now we just need to deactivate them. So for open and close brackets int, and we'll use I equals 0, semicolon. We're going to say I let's just use a less than 10, semicolon, and then I plus plus. And then let's use numbers and letterings. We want the array brackets with the I in between dot set active, open and close brackets, close line off, inside the brackets we'll put false. We'll just save that off. We'll put this into the comments, so we'll put creates an array of game objects. We'll put which defines our reference points. And we'll put that we're setting numbers and letterings to equal all game objects with the tag of reference. And we'll put for all sorry, let's think of a better way of wording this. Let's just put defines I defines I and sets value. Let's put value to array, and then we're going to put that all game objects in array set to deactive, or you can put set active to equal false if you want. So let's just save that off. I always never think how to word that very well, to be quite honest. To describe it well, but with a sense of brevity about it, so forgive me for that. Let's just assign the deactivate script to the main camera. And we'll hit play, and that should deactivate all of those, which it has done. In fact, if we pause it a sec, come to the main camera, and we expand the array here, it's getting the value of 3, and it's getting all 3 of the quads and disabling those. So let's stop that there. As I say, this is just for our reference. Hopefully it might make things a little bit easier as we continue on, but we'll leave it there for now. As always, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I hope to see you next time, and until then, as always, bye for now.